We have more breaking Washington Commanders news tonight. Commanders team owner Dan Snyder will not testify in front of the House Oversight Committee next week.
Right, so we're going to bring in our Adam Longo, who has been following this saga since it began. Ads?
So this does not mean that we will not see Dan Snyder testify at all. It just means it won't be next week. So let's back up here for a second. Earlier this month, the House of Representatives Oversight and Reform Committee announced that it was inviting Dan Snyder and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell to testify at a hearing scheduled for June 22nd, next Wednesday. This video from a roundtable discussion the committee had with former Commanders employees back in February. Now, the committee is examining allegations of workplace misconduct and sexual harassment within the Commanders organization and how the NFL responded to and investigated those complaints. So now, fast forward to today. Dan Snyder's attorney sends a letter to the Oversight Committee. We've got excerpts of that letter posted on WSA9.com right now. That letter lists a number of reasons why Snyder will not appear before the committee next week, and it does include this line, quote, "Mr. Snyder remains fully willing to assist the committee in its investigation."
Okay, so that's the statement, but I mean, come on. Why can't Dan Snyder appear next Wednesday and answer questions?
So according to that letter, Leslie, from his attorney, for a few reasons. Number one, he already had plans to be out of the country for a, quote, long-standing Commanders-related business conflict. And here's another reason. Snyder's lawyer apparently laid out some concerns that he had about testifying within the past couple weeks and that the committee, quote, did not provide assurances that would allay the concerns about the hearing.
So does that mean we'll never see Snyder testify? And what about the NFL commissioner, Adam?
Right, Lorenzo, great question. So the committee here is not going to say to Snyder and his people, "Oh, you can't show up? Don't worry about it, never mind." Like, that's not going to happen. This committee says it has legitimate questions and they want answers from Dan Snyder. So whether they agree on a different date or they have to subpoena Snyder and force him to appear, I really don't think there's any space for Snyder to wiggle out of testifying eventually. As for Commissioner Goodell, we have made multiple inquiries today to the committee and to the NFL. Last we heard the two sides were communicating, but no firm yes or no yet. This hearing scheduled for next Wednesday still very much up in the air.
All the scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, it's like they're going to be going back and forth for a while.
Lots of scheduling conflicts. All right.